Hi everyone, it's Happy Mail Queen. I have a quick tutorial for you guys today. A couple of you had asked me how I made my heart shakers, the ones that I had in my flip books, and so I thought I'd go ahead and do a tutorial on it, and I'm sorry that it took me so long to do, but I just was trying to complete other projects. So anyway, when you make a shaker, what you want to do is get a few of the clear sleeves. You can use what you have on hand. Just try to get the thicker ones or the really sturdy ones, because then you don't, because you don't want your shakers to fall apart, open up or anything like that. I like to use either the Project Life sleeves, the Avery L, those envelopes that you can use to store your dies. They come in different sizes, and I had gotten this larger size and realized that I don't really need it this big. Actually, I think this is the extra large, and yeah, it's a little big. So anyway, I have a bunch of these, so you can also use these because they're pretty thick and sturdy, but it's whatever you have. And when you cut them up, save even the small pieces, because you can still use them for shakers. Okay, so these are a couple of scraps that I can be, that I'll be using as well. And then what you want to do is just pick a shape. Now, the ones that I showed you guys on my flip books, it was the heart shaker, and so I had used this one right here, and I believe I used the biggest one, because I wanted it to I wanted it to match the rest of my flip book. So you need, of course, your fuse tool to fuse it. And then what I do is I usually use some kind of cardboard. This is a medium weight chipboard that I have plenty of, and so if I have any scraps, after cutting it up, I go ahead and save those, and sometimes I use it as a mat. So that's what you want to do, and just make sure your fuse tool is nice and, hot before you go ahead and start fusing. Okay, so basically, when I had created my heart shaker, I used this particular one, and I was going to use this piece right here. Hopefully you can see that, but as you can see, my heart is bigger than this 4x6. So what I ended up doing was using this pocket here on the bottom that has the two pockets, and to just add interest to my shaker, I did this. I put my die right smack in the middle of where that fused area is, right here, and this is what I did. So I went ahead and cut this off, and then I fused all around it. First you're going to fill it, and then you fuse completely closed. So yeah, let me go ahead and cut this up, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back. I went ahead and cut this piece right here, as you can see here. I cut it, oh, did it not cut all the way through? I only let it pass once, but I guess this little piece here didn't come off. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this on the die, just because I want to, I don't want it to shift, so I leave it on the die. Okay, now you're going to fuse using the die, and just what you want to do is you can either, you use this one, and you can just fuse all the way around while the die is on the plastic. Okay, So just make sure that you do heat up your tool nice and well. Sometimes with several uses, let me just let you know, this piece right here that can, you know, come off and you can change the tips. It can unscrew, so make sure that that's nice and tight. It's hot right now, that's why I'm using this. But even before you plug it in, just make sure this is nice and tight, because if it's loose, it's not going to fuse well. I found that out the last couple of times that I was fusing. What you can do is also just check and make sure that this is hot enough, and what you can do is just run it through. Now if your plastic is thick, then obviously you have to press a little bit harder than if it was a thin plastic, okay? But the key is when you fuse it on this board, that should stick, okay? That's stuck on there. That means that you went all the way through. If it did not stick and, you know, you fused it and it comes off, you know, really easily, it's not really stuck on there, that means you probably didn't go through all the way. And so that's going to open, okay? So what you want to do is make sure it actually gets stuck here, and then just wait for it to, you know, of course, cool down a little bit so that it's completely fused, and then you pull it off. And as you can see here, that's pretty much fused. See, if I pull on it, it's not going to open up. Okay, so that's just a tip for those of you who have trouble fusing, because it's happened to me before too. And, you know, I've had to like fuse it over again, and then you end up making a hole and it ruins your whole project. So just a tip, make sure that this is nice and your tip is nice and secure on there, that it's nice and tight, and that it's hot enough. Okay, so since I have two pockets here, as you can see, there's two compartments. I'm going to go ahead and fuse only, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to fuse just up to here, because I want to leave an opening so that I can put my sequins. And you have to do that on both sides, okay? Because remember, this is fused right here in the middle. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to put this upside down. Sorry, I'm trying to find the right way to do this, and just go, you know, a little bit at a time. See how that's stuck on there? Okay, and I can just turn it. Ooh, that didn't. Okay, just be very careful. Sometimes it's also easier, actually. Sometimes I go this way towards me, because I can kind of control the way it rolls better. Sorry guys, it's a little hard to do this on camera because I can't see it very well. Okay, and let's just make sure that that's on there, and so that's, yeah, that's on there. Okay, and then we'll take this side here. Oof, gosh. I don't know why it gets stuck sometimes. I hope that's fused. I'll see in a minute. Oof, there it goes again. Just be careful and make sure that it's actually turning your little wheel here. Okay, I think that's all. Alright, so let's just peel that off. Okay, and now I can take this off, and I can just kind of look at it and see if it actually fused all the way through. And you can kind of feel the other side, it's kind of rough. That you know then that you went all the way through. Plus it got stuck on the mat, so I think I'm pretty much fused. Okay, so I have an opening here, and that'll be easy to close because it's just nice, you know, a nice straight line. Okay, so you want to fill this up. Let me just try to open this up. It's just stuck there. Hold on. Okay guys, I'm back. So I was able to open up the opening here that I left after fusing most of it. Okay, so both sides are open. I thought I was filming, and then I started filling this already, and I realized it wasn't filming. So anyway, I'll go ahead and again, what I did was I took my bowl right here and I just filled it up with the little confetti pieces that I wanted. These are the confetti pieces this is the one that was gifted to me by my friend Sophia. And this is the ones from Target. So I just did golden pink. Okay, and so I just have this, this is a tip of a sugar jar, and I just pulled it out and decided that's how I'm going to use it. And then I'll just put it in there, okay, because my opening is kind of small, so this is the only way I can really get it in there. And then go ahead and just scoop that up, and I'll go right in. Okay, so you want to just go ahead and fill this up however you want. This might take me a little while because okay, so one side I think I'm going to fill with this color, the other side I don't know yet. Okay, so that's pretty good there. Of course, you want to make sure it still kind of shakes. Let me see. Is that good enough, or do I want more? Maybe just a little bit more. All right. Just a little bit more. I want to make sure that that's nice and filled. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I hope. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, so now we want to fuse that shut, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Now, that's pretty much a straight line, so I mean I can either put this back on there or I can just use a ruler. In this case, I think I'll just go ahead and use my ruler because it's easier. Like I said, it's pretty much a straight line, and I just want to make sure I line it up with that end right here where I stopped fusing. Yeah, right there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just fuse that shut. I'm going to go all the way. Yeah. And that's stuck on there, so that should be nice and fused. Okay. And so that's how I fuse that one side. And I usually just vigorously shake it just to make sure. Well, I start off kind of slow and then vigorously shake so that make sure that it's actually fused and nothing's coming out of it. All right, so that's half the heart. See here, I'm thinking I'm gonna put like a word. I don't know, what should we do? I have other sequence mixes here. Sometimes it's fun to just make them two different kinds. How about this one right here? Now, we'll see if those pieces are going to go in here, because this is, I don't know, we'll see. Let me try. Let's see, because they might be too big, but then maybe they'll fit. I don't know. they fit? Oh no, they're too big. Okay, so I can probably just do it by hand then. Yeah, they're a little too big. I thought they might be able to fit. Alright, so then you can just... Now, I thought this had some XOXO on it. I think it does, right? Oh yeah, there's the little X. Alright, so... Normally, I would have this in my container, not just in this bag here. So this might be a little tricky just because I really didn't know what kind of sequins I was going to put in here. Otherwise, I would have made this opening a little bit bigger. Okay. I was just kind of going with the flow here, just whatever I felt like doing with this shaker. And no matter what, I still make a mess. I try to find ways so I'm not making a crazy mess, but that's just me and sequins. Okay, so yeah, definitely need more in there. Just a little bit more, and make sure you have enough room so you can also, if you decide you want to put a hole right here, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little hole. Yeah, let's fill it up a little more. That's not enough for me. I want just a little bit more in there. What do you think? Is that enough? I feel like I need more. And I have a lot of these. I picked up 2 of these bags, or 2 or 3 of these, I think. All right. Let's go ahead and just pick up the rest of these, stick them in there. So I hope you guys are having fun making your Valentine's Day projects. I'm having so much fun, you guys. I'm trying to do more videos for you guys, and with, you know, based on your comments, it seems like you guys are liking my projects, and so I'm just enjoying sharing it with you guys, giving you guys ideas and inspiration, because that's what it's all about, right? I get inspired by you guys, you guys get inspired by the stuff I make, so it's all good. All right, so I think that's it. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, and then I will go ahead and fuse that. So just go ahead and lay that down. Let's see, make sure I have that correctly, and go ahead and just fuse that. That's pretty good. Easy peasy. Okay, and then what I do is I make a hole over here. And let's see here. I'll make a hole right here. Kind of want, I think I'm going to make it right about here. So you put your hole wherever you want it. I'm going to use my big chomper here. And depending on the eyelet you're using, I'll go ahead and use one of these. This is a 3/4 inch, so it's the bigger hole. I'm going to go ahead, let's see, I'll put it right here. Right there, see that? Use one of these. Okay, perfect. And gotta put it on the right setting here. Let's see. I gotta stand up for this. Okay, I might have pressed on it a little too hard. Okay, but anyway, yeah, there it is. There is my shaker, heart shaker. Isn't that fun? Two different types of shaker. I mean, two different pockets. It's always fun to do, you know, a different look. So yeah, that's how you create that, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial, and I hope you try it out. And stay tuned for more. I have some other shakers to share with you guys, but I'll go ahead and do that on another video because this is going to get too lengthy. So thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Bye.